Says you gotta have sex to make a baby. Yes, you do, and you did.
We're not gonna hopefully co-parent.
And men, you're not off the hook. That they're the father of my child?
She's not getting love from her dad.
And I'm telling you, I need the answer to that.
You got to call me. We might have to have some tea.
You've already said you lie.
Have you ever partied hard enough to wake up the next morning not knowing what went down last night? Well, let me give you a hint. You might have accidentally fathered a child, sir. What meet Mr. Boston and Miss Murphy, who was entangled in a complex paternity dispute over their 10-month-old son?
Yana, you have to have sex to make a baby. And I don't believe in, I don't remember even doing it with.
Lies.
You don't remember
lying.
having sex with Miss
All of
Murphy?
a
He's
sudden, why am I
lying. You was at
finding
my
out
house
that-
all the time, every day, every night in my bed. Stop it.
It is your assertion to this court that you've never been in a sexual relationship with Miss Murphy?
I mean, I'm not denying it like that, but I'm just saying.
Okay, so what are you
He's
saying?
lying. He's lying, Your Honor, see?
What a confession right at the beginning of the case. But this statement of yours, Mr. Boston, met with disbelief. However, I'm wondering how conveniently you are forgetting that they did indeed have a relationship. Well, this calls in for some drama.
Miss Murphy,
Yes, Your Honor.
so how long were you in this sexual relationship?
4 months.
I wasn't even in her house for 4 months.
He's lying. He's
She
lying,
would
Your
call me
Honor.
and
He's
beg
lying.
over there
He's
every other
lying.
night.
Like, he was at my house
Sometimes I
every
can't,
night, spending the night
sometimes
sleeping
I
in the
can't
same
stay over there
bed.
alone, kicking it with them. Having beverages, stayed over time, and my mom was asleep, so I couldn't get in her house.
Oh boy, the two parties can't even agree on whether they were in a committed relationship or not. How annoying seems like Mr. Boston was in denial. But y'all know that paternity court is a correction center for such folks. But we will get to that part later. So before that, here's the flashback.
When I moved to Danville, I bumped into Mr. Boston. We exchanged numbers. After that, he started coming over my house, spending the night, and we had sexual encounters plenty of times on several occasions in my bedroom. When I first found out I was pregnant, he was happy. He came over to my house. He's like, "Oh, I found out you was pregnant." And I was like, "Yes, I am. I'm 2 months."
Yana,
He rubbed my belly and everything. He was smiling and
She was
everything.
pregnant.
All right, now according to Miss Murphy, who recounts, Mr. Boston was happy about her pregnancy to the point of even rubbing her belly. Yet he later claims he wasn't aware until a family member informed him. There are some mixed signals here. Feels like someone's been playing dodgeball.
He was coming over there, but he had stopped when I was like 6 months. He had stopped coming over my house.
Your Honor.
For some reason, I don't know why.
I called her and
no,
talked
he
to her
didn't.
about the
No,
baby.
he
She
didn't.
was like,
No, he
well,
didn't.
who
No, he
told
didn't.
you? I'm like,
No,
well,
he
it's
didn't.
running around,
No,
the
he
whole
did
of
not.
Danville. So that's when I called her to get the facts from her out of her own mouth.
All right, now for some clarification, Mr. Gregory enters the scene, another man who had a relationship with Miss Murphy during the same time frame. He initially blocked her on Facebook when she told him about the pregnancy. What on earth was happening here?
She texted me on Facebook and told me she was pregnant. I never talked to her again, like deleted everything. So I blocked her, so I blocked her. Never
You got a message on Facebook that she was potentially pregnant by you and you deleted her?
blocked it.
He blocked me. He actually blocked me, Your Honor, because he had went back home to his girlfriend and he thought that I was gonna break up a happy home, which it wasn't nothing like that because I don't wanna break up no happy home. This is about my son.
All right, since we are so clear about it that the father is from one of the two men, how about we just cut the chase and focus on the DNA test results? So, all right, Judge Lake, let's read out the results and end this doubt.
Mr. Gregory, you are not his father. Mr. Boston, you are not the father. Ms. Murphy, do you know who this child's father is?
The situation spiraled out of control as the baby mama found herself in a puzzling dilemma of not knowing who the baby daddy truly was. Their casual and conflicting statements sent Judge Lake into a fierce frenzy. In a no-nonsense reality check, she served these adults a dose of hard truths.
Because you can't get anywhere till you tell the truth. As you come of age and get older, you're gonna learn that sometimes you just gotta put your big girl panties on and you got to tell the truth. And I mean this respectfully. You know how to take them off. Now you gotta put them on. Because we got a little boy that's 10 months old and we have no clue who his biological father is. Mr. Boston, you are going to have to make sure that paperwork does not attach itself to you.
You might have heard the story, The Boy Who Always Told Lies. Well, that ain't a story anymore, as he was faking the appearance of a lion Miss Hunter has been faking pregnancy. His wife's lies and doubts have led Mr. Hunter to believe that the two kids he's been raising might not be his.
Back up and start from the beginning. You were faking pregnancies.
Yes.
Why?
Because I wanted to keep him.
So the relationship was rocky.
Exactly.
So you said you were gonna fake like you were pregnant.
Yes.
So what did you do?
I had my friend Photoshop my pregnancy test, and she put my name on it.
you and your husband were together.
We weren't officially together. It wasn't exclusive. He was messing with other girls, and I was talking to other people.
Did you just hear that? Let me draw a clear picture. It all began when Mrs. Hunter decided to keep her husband by faking pregnancies, which included some clever photo manipulation. She admits to this openly, explaining it was her way of trying to hold on to their shaky relationship. I mean, like, wow.
You know, I was supposed to have had a baby like in that time, 3 years in that time. You know, I was supposed to have a baby and never had a baby. You know, and that's why I thought it was just a lot of stuff that I just couldn't go through, all the lies, you know. Plus, the doctor told me.
Come on, woman. Your unhealthy ways of dealing with Mr. Hunter have put the alleged dad into a spiral of doubts. He has been through a lot of lies. However, now that's a record, isn't it? And Miss Hunter didn't just stop at the faked pregnancies. She also confessed to texting other guys while she was still married. Gimme a break.
Your wife would say she was going one place
And be another.
and be another.
Yeah, I have
And
friends, family, relatives.
We know she has a history of lying to you about pregnancies because she's admitted that.
Exactly.
Does she have a history of cheating on you as well?
Everybody's told me that they've seen her here, they've seen her there. Even my friends told me that they see her in the car with a dude in the car. He calls me and says that.
But here's the ultimate claim when Mr. Hunter drops a medical bombshell. He was told by a doctor that he might be sterile due to an injury, but lo and behold, Mrs. Hunter gets pregnant shortly after. Now even this had me wondering.
I would love to believe a doctor before I believe somebody who says they're pregnant. A doctor has a PhD, you know, and that's what I would want to go through, too.
You have medical evidence
Yes, I do. I have
to prove
I have
that
medical
you
evidence right here saying
may
that,
be
you know,
sterile.
I was sterile.
Okay, Jerome, may I see that evidence? So tell me what happened. You said you had an injury.
Yeah, I got an injury.
But buckle up for another twist. The power of the almighty witness. When it comes to serving justice, LOL, Mr. Golden claimed to have seen Mrs. Hunter riding around with another guy. Of course, she vehemently denies it, but it doesn't do much to help her case, because we all remember her photoshopping skills.
I'm thinking it was him in the
He ain't
passenger.
seen nothing. He's lying. He's making
I'm
up
thinking
stories.
it's him in the passenger
He
seat.
described
He
my
can't
car
even
from
see
the
at
cheek.
night.
He described
Yes,
the bumper and
and
everything.
I
He
see the
can't
I
see
see
at
the
night.
truck coming. I know exactly what the truck looked like.
So she was driving the truck
Yes, Your Honor.
with another guy in the passenger seat.
Yes.
Are you sure it wasn't Mr. Hunter?
Yes, I'm very
I was
sure.
at home.
I called his
when
phone. I'm
when
like,
he called me, I was at home.
Now we have taken enough records of all the doubts, so how about we now focus on the paternity results, so that we can shed some light on the baby mama brain and give everyone a reality check. Here are the results.
Mr. Hunter, you are her father.
Oh, it don't work, huh? It don't work. It worked.
Mr. Hunter, you are her father.
Ha, ha. Yeah.
Yes, isn't it obvious? Mr. Hunter was happy. But somebody had to knock some sense into the baby mama for playing all the gimmicks. How about we call in Judge Lake to do some schooling? Oh, boy, buckle up paternity peeps.
But I'll leave you with this. You can't keep a man by just keep getting pregnant. It doesn't make any sense because you end up with a relationship like this. Because, honey, I know one thing. The day somebody hears that they're the father of my child, I better see some reaction, a happy reaction.
How ruthless can someone be? If you need a strong guess, you can focus on Miss Foster, who came to paternity court looking to convince Mr. Fields to be the father of her medically fragile daughter. What a shame, sir. Even now, you just didn't stop clowning.
He has done nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. He brought her about 3 onesies and 2 pair of socks.
And she has medical needs. I'm sure you have extreme financial hardship associated with maintaining her health.
Tiana had 3 surgeries. She had open heart. She had diaphragm and a G-tube. Right now, she's having some development problems. So we're just having follow-ups in Syracuse with all the rest of her doctors.
Now, isn't that just sad? Being father is an entire separate case, but maybe you could have done something being a human Mr. Fields. However, this one claim might send you off the rocks. Let's hear this part out. Man, what a scene.
What happened the first night?
She came to my house, you understand? She had bought some new shorts. I was trying to be respectable and I asked her, do you want to go in the bathroom and change your clothes? She tells me no. Take off her pants right there in front of me. I'm still sitting in the bedroom. One thing led to another.
This is the first day you met her.
First day I seen her.
You had sex that night on the night she got dropped off?
The day she got dropped off, I had sex with her.
Yeah, you heard that right. Now, Mr. Fields boldly asserts that he's not Siona's father because Miss Shania was already pregnant before they met. He claims to have proof to support his case. The tension between these two was able to get cut with a knife.
If I was in Syracuse and Jay Quad had a phone and I called him and told him where I am, he would come to me.
How long ago was
I
that?
don't know this whole front that he's on right now, but I think it's because his girl's here, whatever wife, whatever she wants to be.
Your Honor, I got
Because
evidence
if I
that
was to
Sanaya
call
just
him,
called my
or
mother
if I
asking
was
her
calling
for
him,
my phone number.
If I was on.
Wait a minute, Mr. Fields, you say you have evidence that
I
says
have
that.
evidence that my mom just called my phone saying that Shania called her.
In this heated exchange, Miss Foster and Mr. Fields confront their past relationship. Miss Foster accuses Mr. Fields of being obsessed with her, citing text messages as evidence of his continued interest. Mr. Fields denies these claims and accuses Miss Foster is making his life difficult. And isn't that all just so ironic?
Did you ever have sex with Miss Foster without protection?
And I would
No, I
admit
have
that I'm a real
protection. I have
person.
protection, Your Honor. This girl said she was on the
Never.
Depo. The Depo shot is birth control. Approximately 99% effective from not getting pregnant.
I don't know what he's talking about, but I have not became on the depot, and I haven't even dealt with him since January until last month.
Why is it that each question that the judge asks them becomes so difficult and painful to hear? Well, that is mainly because of the defendant. Since we have also noticed the fact, I wonder if he's going to escape any lecture from the court.
Mr. Fields.
And then came
Mr.
the next
Fields,
weekend.
I'm trying to work with you because I really do see through this ignorant attitude you're displaying today. I see through it. But now you're getting on my nerves. Now I'm telling you, your little cavalier. No, hold on. This cavalier, I don't care. Everything's a shrug of the shoulders.
Yeah, what a proud failure that is. But wait, here's more you need to hear before your blood actually starts to boil. Here's the plaintiff's mother giving in her own 2 cents. Let's see what she has to add. Mama rants something like this.
He was involved in the beginning of her pregnancy. He was there. He went to doctor's appointments. When we went to Syracuse, he would he would meet us at the doctor's appointment. He would stay there. He would be there. He comfort my daughter. He was worried, he was asking questions about the baby because they found 3 holes in her heart, because he was involved with my daughter and because he was concerned about my grandchild.
All right, Mr. Fields, we now take enough evidence into account, and you, my friend, aren't coming to a conclusion. But what do you think there might be chances that the baby mama has been faking the Virgin Mary story? So how about we just open the DNA envelope?
Mr. Fields, you are her father.
I'll step up and take care of my child.
I want you to hold your daughter, and I want you to help take care of your daughter and be there for her and support her. You gotta work together.
So you were in a relationship and you broke up, but the feelings for your significant half might have stayed right? So how will you plan on getting his attention back? Let me give you an idea. Pinning the baby. LOL. Well, according to Mr. Cedeno, Ms. Ramirez is doing the same.
Your ex
No,
with
I
this
am
baby.
not trying to trap him with this baby. I'm very shocked. I'm very hurt that he would even deny her. He's my first love. He's my first boyfriend, my first everything. And I'm tired of him sending me mixed signals. He comes to my house and he tells me he doesn't love me. He doesn't want to be with me, but yet he's always trying to hug up on me. He tries to sleep with me. And I've even tried to prove it. I've proved it multiple times to his girl.
Did you just hear that? Ms. Ramirez vehemently denies trying to ensnare Mr. Cedeno, is deeply hurt by his inconsistent behavior. Up till this point, it feels like the alleged baby daddy has been moving back and forth between the 2 women. Let's see what he has to say in his defense.
Mr. Cedeno, you're not over there denying it.
It did happen. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. And I was with my girlfriend when it did, and I have pretty much my list of doubts of why I pretty much think Aislin's not mine.
So despite the fact that you're admitting that you do still sleep with Ms. Ramirez, even though you're in another relationship?
Yes, it happened. I slipped up one night.
Just that one night?
No, all the time.
Well, it was
All the
daytime, but
time.
yes.
All right, well, we can take that for some honesty. After all, Mr. Cedeno did come clean. But here's the plaintiff presenting a laundry list of doubts, including the use of an ovulation calendar as evidence. The drama reaches its peak.
So you have 2 kids with her.
Yes.
3.
You went to visit your children and end up visiting your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, and I had pretty much fallen victim that day.
You fell victim.
How are you falling a victim when you're the one that initiates
Fell
it?
victim.
He's the one that initiates it.
You admit to having sex with her.
Yes.
but you claim the child in question, Aislinn, is not yours.
So now it's clear that their meetups weren't exactly platonic. Despite their breakup, Mr. Cedeno continues to visit Miss Ramirez, and the evidence we just mentioned from Mr. Cedeno has doubts. Let's just hear those first. So now, here's Judge Lake analyzing everything.
One of your doubts is that you weren't in a relationship at the time and she was sleeping with 2 or 3 other guys at the same time.
Yes.
Now, you heard that or you know that for a fact?
I know that for a fact.
He
He
heard
told
it.
me and she had told
He
me.
heard it. He heard it.
You're talking about who told you?
This would be a person that lives near me that I pretty much don't like. And
I only slept with him to
She
get
interferes
back
with
at
him
him.
to make me
I
jealous,
did it,
which
yes,
I can
for
give a
revenge.
care less.
I mean, like, these people come to paternity court having all sorts of doubts, but like literally forget what they have been doing behind before wanting to come to light. So here's Mr. Cedeno. You're about to get the reality dose by the paternity queen.
Mr. Cedeno, to a beautiful little baby? That thing?
Yeah, but that's also a burden on my life. Like, I have 2 that I already have enough trouble providing for and caring for, and you want to bring
Well, then
up
you
further?
shouldn't have
It's
sex
a
with
burden
me.
on your life. The burden on your life is the fact that you can't keep your pants up when you're supposedly supposed to go visit your children. That's a burden on your life. It's lack of self-control.
You really have 2 kids with the lady, sir. How about you show some empathy to her 3rd child, as you are already on the list of being the potential father? But wait, Miss Ramirez also has a confession to make.
Because of the other girl having the baby. So I think in my subconscious mind, I decided to get pregnant because she was pregnant.
Was it your subconscious mind?
Well,
Or was it your super conscious mind?
maybe
Let's be honest, Miss Ramirez.
Okay, maybe my super conscious mind. I did it to get back at her, which is, I feel bad for it. Just, I love my daughter and I got pregnant for the wrong reasons.
Since now we have all the paternity questions at rest, how about we focus on the paternity results? Since the motives and emotions have been cleared out, Judge Lake decides to unveil the curtain over the child's DNA test results.
Mr. Cedeno, you are her father.
I told you, she is your baby. Now you can't deny her. She's your kid.
A little bit.
I'm not surprised.
In a challenging paternity case, Miss Mellerson, the troubled plaintiff, became entangled in a complex dispute with 2 possible fathers, Mr. Williams and Mr. Merritt. With an infant at the heart of this intense legal battle, the courtroom was set for a dramatic showdown to determine paternity.
Mr. Williams in 2012, and from there it just began with our relationship.
Your Honor, it was never a relationship.
It was a sexual
We had
relationship.
sex,
First
we had
of all,
sex twice, and we
Your
never.
Honor, he is
for
lying
it-
because number one, Your Honor,
Your Honor,
this man right
Your Honor,
here,
for
I
it
don't
to be
know
a
what he's trying to
relationship,
cover up for your
it to be a
girlfriend over there.
relationship, if we was in a relationship, ask her how many times have we ever left my house.
Well, here's the gossip. The baby's father also had ties to 2 women. Loyalty appears to be in short supply in such circumstances. To further complicate matters, Mr. Williams alleged that he was abruptly cut off by the plaintiff, who had a track record of frequently changing her contact information.
I am 22 years old. Stacy is 38 years old. I don't know what he's trying to cover up, but baby, trust and believe me, you were sleeping with me and her at the same time.
I have no problem.
So don't even go there.
There was no way, Your Honor, Your
Can
Honor.
I please say
Your Honor,
this?
Your
But I
Honor.
let you say what you
Your
had
Honor,
to say, so let me
there's
speak
no
on what I
way.
want to speak.
There's no way I could have been sleeping with both of them because she just moved up here from Florida.
Here's where the true drama takes center stage. After the series of phone number changes, the baby's mother claimed that she did indeed visit Mr. Williams with pregnancy-related documents in her possession. Isn't this the crux of the entire paternity dispute?
He don't remember me going to his house. I had gave him papers showing him that I was pregnant. When I went to his house, he had this stupid look on his face like, wait a minute, is she really
Honor.
pregnant? Even then, I'm like, if you slept with me, just take it as there is a possibility
Your Honor,
of you being my
even
child's
after-
father.
Timing certainly played a pivotal role in this narrative. Miss Mellerson's actions were marked by inconsistency, as it appeared that she waited a substantial 5 to 6 months before notifying Mr. Merritt about the situation. Once more, the recurring issue of frequently altering her phone number became a point of concern. What was the underlying reason for this continuous cycle of changing numbers?
He's not telling it all the way true. My child favors Mr. Merritt. She do. So at that moment, I had thought that Chelsea was his child.
You thought that
It was
Chelsea was Mr. Merritt's
child, right? And that's when I had texted him.
See, that's the thing.
And
I never knew
wait a
nothing
minute.
about him. They was in a relationship. I never knew that.
The drama was still unfolding, and in fact, it was intensifying by the moment. It appeared that the baby's mother held all the control and wasn't giving anyone else a chance to express themselves. Nevertheless, such conduct didn't sit well with the courtroom, and the judge's patience was, oh boy.
Go ahead and get your lie right.
Not only
Let
she
him
sent a
speak,
message.
Ms. Mellison, because you know what? It's not time for you to be adding in any other verbiage that's not needed. It's so many men going on and who slept with who. I'm just trying to keep up.
I'm
trying to understand
while you keeping up, I'm
everybody's
trying to slow
story.
down so you can't keep up with me. I'm just trying to slow it down a little bit.
No.
Well, someone need to put that in the baby mama's tiny little brain. However, next, it was the girlfriend's turn to take the stage, having evidence of her conversations with the baby's mother regarding the paternity issue. Nonetheless, it became apparent that the baby's mother had a significant inclination towards dishonesty.
Please state to the court what it is you know about the situation.
Well, Your Honor, there was a mutual friend between Antoinette and I, and he came to me because he saw Stacy and I together, and he felt like he should have brought it to my attention that he may have had a child.
At last, we reached the crucial moment of truth, eagerly awaited DNA sprinkle. The verdict was ready to address numerous burning questions, with the primary one being whether the baby's mother was an unreliable fabricator or if there was some substance to her assertions. Let's delve in and uncover the answer.
And Mr. Williams, you are not the father. Mr. Merritt, you are not the father.
Well, I know who it is.
Ms. Mellison, you could have saved us
I'm 100%
all.